You guys, and welcome to American Culture. I've decided I was going to wear my sunglasses because your girl don't feel like putting on any makeup. I am not pregnant. I'm bloated. With all that being said, thank you for being here. If you have found me today, I have God is making things clear to you. And what I mean by that is he's kind of laying out the blueprint for this next phase. You've become the person you thought you were waiting on in so many ways. And we're going to talk a little bit about how this happened for me and how this links to you. So, I have a job, and a few months ago, last year, the kid got sick. And you know how I work with nursing, God kind of tells me some things, long things short. This other person that was here, they get on my nerves. But God was letting me know that what was going on with this kid wasn't that major, that there was something in his stomach that was like this, and it made him not be able to cough and to relax. And so, of course, I'm freaking out. I tell his mom this, and she's like, "Did you not know that he had XYZ surgery?" And I didn't. And when I Googled what the surgery was, it's where they go in the esophagus and they stenose it, like God had shown me. Again, you guys, like this is the way that nursing has worked for me. So I get that. But then God started to speak to me about this particular client that they were capable of eating, they were capable of walking in, they could go to the bathroom. I thought that was weird, because I only worked at night with this particular person, so I didn't really see those kind of characteristics. But long story short, a few months later, I'm about to quit this job. I think I had said that out loud, but if not, and you see this, the lady that I work for, please know your girl was out the door. I had already put in my application at another agency. I needed a daytime job, and they just didn't have it. And agencies don't really like it when you leave long-term clients to go bounce around for some reason, even though they want to keep you where you're at. And so I was like, let me go ahead and go to this different agency and see about it out there. But I got a phone call, and God was telling me to shift my life then. So if you're here, you guys, God was talking to you last, like, you know, um, August, September, telling you that life was moving and you had to cut some things out, things that were consistent to you, that weren't really a problem, but just an influence in your life, they had to go. And we'll get to that later. And so I was at Bible study, and it was my last time being one of my last time being there as well. And I get this message from the lady at work who's like, "Do you want to come work in the daytime?" So I took that. And like I said, God had told me that this kid could do all this stuff. He could walk, he could eat, he could go to the bathroom. But he also told me that someone was coming that was going to put all of this stuff in place. Things. I have seen things for the future for this kid for now, in the future for later. And they were going to put therapies, get into eating and stuff like that. And I'm just like, okay. So when she calls me and asks me if I want to take the morning shift, I say, okay, I'll go ahead and I do that. And I start working in the morning. And lo and behold, I became the woman God told me was coming. Like I ended up being the woman that figured out he could eat and he could stand and he could go to the bathroom. There wasn't some outside person who came in and did all this stuff. He just put me in position, told me he could, and I acted upon it. And so I say all that to say this. Now he's getting his therapies. We're getting these over. He's really set up to be in the hands of people who get it and can help him reach his next level. Because before, it just people didn't think it was possible, so he just didn't do it. And God was showing me that, Alicia, this is exactly where you are in life. You are the woman I told you were coming. You know how they always say Christ is coming back? Newsflash, it's you. But that's a different story for another day. Don't want to freak people out right now. But yeah, you're the person that's coming to save you, this version of you that listens to God, that trusts God, that's obedient to him, and is just in step with the Spirit. He will equip you with all the ability to do the things that he wants you to do, that's going to set you up for even better. And now that I recognize that, it's also that I'm at that point where, like the kid is, where these next people know they're going to come in with a different attitude of, yes, you're capable, Yes, we're going to see. Yes, we're going to go forward. I'm at that same space too, and so are you. You're at a point in your life where the next area that you're going in, it's filled with people who get you. It's filled with people who want you to thrive at that business, who think that your fabrics fantastic. It's filled with people who love the way that you cook, the way that you speak. They just, it's you. And they love helping you get to where you need to be, whoever you is. They're here, they're fully living out their purpose and being of service to whatever it is that comes in their direction. And they're just happy to have you because you give them something great to do and get accolades and joy from doing. So, yeah, there are two major things that are taking place right now. You're probably a little hormonal. Probably a few days away from making yourself get back together because we're going to be fabulous after this. You're just at the end of a lot of things. You're recognizing you became the person God said was coming to you, that future version of you that was calm, cool, collected, nice, sweet, entertaining, kind, had the fruits of the spirit, faithful, trusting, that version of you that is confident, saying things, and I could go on and on and on. You know what I mean? You, that person that knows is finally here, and you're getting ready to walk into a space that actually welcomes you because everybody there was almost waiting for you to arrive so they can continue to live out their purpose through the experience of you and with you. So yeah, things are changing. You became who God told you you were going to become. Once I think that the same way for you, me, in the next couple of weeks, maybe in like 3 days, God's telling me on the 8th, things are about to get real. So, I mean, I'll be making videos between now and then because I told you guys, I'm finally getting to the point to where I feel more and more confident with just knowing that this is what God wants me to do and doing it and not necessarily needing all the outside stuff. Once you truly awaken, you realize the world condenses down to just you and what you allow in it. So the outside stuff just doesn't matter. I do see that I have 73 people out there. I feel special about that. And I'm happy if you guys ever get to the end of this video. And I do put my intentions in there that one day they do blow up, not because I want the prestige, but because I full well know that this will help because what's sparking this and what's fueling this is because I said, God, yesterday, I gotta have somebody to talk to that understands the experience I'm having. And he said, well, Alicia, you just need to start talking then. So hopefully, I know that this, the way that it's worked for me is like when I run across this stuff, it's like, oh, okay, all right. And I want to be that, you know. I actually am leaning into wanting to be that for other people. So, yeah, one day it'll all make sense. God will start talking to you about how you're moving forward into a space where you can be accepted, loved, embraced, cared for. And it matters all these fruits of the spirit that you have. But yeah, it only comes after you've become the person you were waiting on, that future version of self that had all these different, you know, fruits of the spirit, that trusted God and was walking on faith. And then suddenly it's like, well, let's go. Yeah. Have a blessed day, you guys.